A lot has been said about the future of work. Future of work simplified is where, how, and when work gets done. This COVID pandemic has amplified and has also served as a catalyst for that specific future of work to really kick in. We've seen that companies have, to a large extent, embraced technology with multiple virtual meetings taking place, staff working from home and conducting business from home where appropriate and where they are able to do so. The whole shift in the dynamics that we knew the way that work was known for has taken place. And it would be interesting to see how organizations now embrace this change, how they adapt to the change that has in essence been forced upon them, their workforce, their customers, and their clients to a large extent. This abrupt shift in economic activity, not only in South Africa, but in almost all countries in the world, has had a significant business impact. And the potential shortages of revenue of companies to meet their expense obligations has brought into question the sustainability of remunerating staff. Sustainability can broadly be defined as your ability to meet your current obligations, but not at the cost of your future obligations that needs to be taken into consideration. When staff has been in an organization for quite some time, they would typically build what we would refer to as institutional knowledge. When we let staff go as a short-term measure, organizations typically forfeits an incredible amount of institutional knowledge. It's not easy to gain that back. And when you typically want to gain that back, it's hard to employ someone with the same level of knowledge, almost impossible. Engaging staff, trying to come to a win-win position for an organization and asking them for their input is key. I would like to use the example of Simon Sinek and Next Jump, where a question is asked: if times are tough in your family and you are not exactly sure where to turn, you don't typically get around the table as a family and say, which family member will we cut first? No, you sit together and you decide as a family, how do we actually go beyond our current circumstances? How do we work together? And the ability to align this purpose as a family, as an organization, as a community, and as clients and customers, and of course employees, allows you to come to a solution that might hurt everybody, but in the long run is in favor of all stakeholders. Milton Friedman in the 1970s, 1980s really became very famous for the concept around shareholder primacy, and that the role of organization is to drive shareholder primacy above all other needs. We have long since shifted from shareholders rather to stakeholders. When organizations view not only their employees, but the community at large as their stakeholders, a shift takes place in the way in which organizations think. And this really ties back into sustainable pay. Companies, most recently, what we've seen from the survey results, held back in terms of certain variable compensation. This is a significant move to preserve cash within the specific context and allowing that sustainability to continue within organizations. The purpose is not just to meet today's obligations, but to also meet tomorrow's obligations and needs of a specific stakeholder group that organizations manage.